way. Saunders a bit defensive in that first time facing an experienced submission guy, but he was able to eke out a judge's decision.
Miletich is 5 inches taller in the lightweight tournament, 170 pounds and under. Means you are qualified as Pat Miletich is set to take on Townsend Saunders to advance in our first ever lightweight tournament. Let's enter the octagon and check in with the voice, Bruce Buffer.
Our next lightweight tournament bout begins with the fighter standing to my left. He is a Muay Thai boxer and jiu-jitsu expert with a mixed martial arts record of 18-1-1. He is a former Midwest Muay Thai champion, standing 5 feet, 10 inches tall, and weighing in at 170 pounds. He comes to us from Bettendorf, Iowa. Please welcome Pat Miletich. And his opponent, standing to my right, he is a freestyle wrestler, a 2-time national champion, a 2-time Pan Am Games gold medalist, a former Goodwill Games gold medalist, and the 1996 Olympic silver medalist. He stands 5 feet, 5 inches tall, and weighs in at 170 pounds. Fighting out of Phoenix, Arizona, please welcome Townsend Saunders.
One of the questions, has Townsend Saunders ever really been punched? Pat Miletich talked about that in the pre-show interviews as our alternate referee, Joe Hamilton, is getting set to get it started.
You ready?
Here we go, lightweight tournament matchup number 2.
Interesting to note, Miletich was actually cutting weight yesterday to make the weight class. So he's big for this weight class. Saunders weighed in also at 170, but you can see that Miletich looks a little bit bigger. Saunders wrestles at 152 pounds. Won his medal at 149. The weight classes have changed.
18-1-1 in mixed martial arts for Pat Miletich. Feels very comfortable in any type of atmosphere like this as he makes his UFC debut.
Watch for knees here. Very possible that Saunders has not trained these, fires one in there himself. And also, Saunders is wearing wrestling shoes. Submission experts say that the shoes are easier to grab and force ankle locks, leg submissions. See if Miletich takes advantage of that. But I'll tell you, Boss Rutan trained with Saunders for a week prior to this fight. Saunders is seeking out submission experts to try to improve his skills.
Now, Miletich feels very comfortable with his boxing skills. He was quickly to point out Muay Thai, wrestling, and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu are part of his arsenal.
And it looks as though Saunders is the one moving forward a little bit. Little kick by Townsend Saunders there. Miletich with some quick jabs.
Miletich is well aware of Townsend Saunders' excellent strength.
Saunders' body is put together very well, very powerful. And in wrestling, he is what we call a spurt wrestler. Goes in flurries, doesn't do it all at once. On the ground, Miletich puts Saunders in his guard.
Miletich has won more than half of his mixed martial arts competitions by submission.
When the legs get up near Saunders' shoulders, look for Miletich to be looking for some form of submission, whether triangle or armbar. Looks as though Saunders wants to bring it back to his feet.
Well, Miletich said he really wants to try to be aggressive throughout the fight also.
Something else is Saunders has got to watch out for those heels right there. Not get caught by one of those heels coming up if he decides to dive back in on the body.
As Saunders extends the arms to try to deliver some blows, you always think about submission, don't you, partner?
Absolutely. You just keep that arm out there and it's already extended. You make it easy for the bottom man to go ahead and apply a submission to it. Against Pedneris and the contenders, Saunders actually stayed with his elbow in the stomach the whole time almost overcautious of the submission holds. But part of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is to let the top man go crazy. Fine, blow energy, keep blowing energy. Bottom man's basically resting and waiting for his opportunity.
Now Miletich gets to fight and wrestle a lot of fine competitors at the University of Iowa, known for their great tradition nationally in collegiate wrestling, and he'll go down to the University of Iowa and train a lot with the wrestlers there, so his ground skills are very, very good.
One of those people he works with is Royce Alger. We saw him here in the UFC. He did lose, but he has won in other events since then and continues to improve his mixed martial arts competition and skills. And I'm sure Saunders has learned a lesson from watching other wrestlers lose to armbar.
Now they've moved up towards the fencing in the octagon. 12 minutes, 1 3-minute overtime here in our lightweight tournament matchup number 2.
Oh.
Spin by Miletich.
Miletich got a stand up, and then he did that forward roll looking for Saunders' legs. But Saunders able to clear them before he was able to grab on and try some form of submission.
Two-time Battle of the Masters champion, won numerous super bouts in Extreme Challenge, did Pat Miletich. Got a tough competitor in Townsend Saunders, but Miletich really was excited about this tournament because it is to his advantage to finally fight in his weight class.
Oh my gosh, he's got him in a hold. Saunders' arm is trapped past his shoulder and he can't bring it back. This might be an opportunity for him to choke, but Saunders able to gut it out. Tremendously powerful through the shoulders and arms.
Watch that right, Townsend. Watch the right. He's setting you up. Now he's setting you up.
You can hear his corner talking about watch the right. Townsend, he's setting you up. He's setting you up.
On the bottom, when you move to your side and put the guard on from your side, it's a much more active position. Flat on your back, you're going to be there. It's more predictable. When you go to the side, you get some motion going. Maybe take advantage of that. Saunders needs to be careful there.
Oh, the delivered shot to the head of Townsend Saunders.
And he's going for his own heel lock. Saunders has decided to go for some form of an ankle or heel lock, but countered out.
And right back into the guard. Miletich was working on an arm, then Saunders tried to work on a leg.
Really, Saunders put his arm in trouble by moving down to the leg. But once he was able to free his arm, he tried to attack the ankle. Miletich able to counter it out. Saunders took risk in that top position right there.
Kevin Jackson has said in the past, you always have to measure your risk with the potential amount of reward.
And that's spoken like a wrestler trying to learn submission. And that's exactly the challenge that all wrestlers face, is recognition of vulnerability to submission, and of course learning how to use submission.
Past the midway point, we saw the exhaustion, one of the factors that has forced Mikey Burnett out of the tournament.
Now Miletich is playing this out the way a jiu-jitsu stylist would. Picking his points to launch attacks, but mainly letting the top man carry the action, and he try to work as little as possible on the bottom so that fatigue sets in on the top man.
Now Miletich has wrestled since 2nd grade, so he feels very confident he can hold his own with the freestyle wrestling expert skills of Townsend Saunders. Saunders is a powerful man. You can see it in the leg strength and the arm strength.
He needs to be careful. Miletich is reaching for that ankle. And again, Saunders is going down, looking for heel hook.
Stay busy now.
And Miletich able to bump himself forward. That destroys the distance that Saunders was working with in the grip. It changes the position, and he's able to move out of it, free himself from that hold. That's now twice, and he's telegraphing it. He's moving so slow down the leg, he's letting Miletich know he's going to attack that ankle. If he can do it a little more sneaky, he might have a chance at locking it up.
Now Saunders has really been unable to pass the guard or Pat Miletich and try any type of mount.
He hasn't really tried to pass the guard. He's been trying to fight from within the guard, keep it controlled so he knows where he is at all times. And the one thing he showed against Pedneras and Contenders was that he was after some form of ankle or leg submission. He's doing it again here. That seems to be his submission of choice.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. See some progress, see some progress.
Saunders trying to work the ribs now of Pat Miletich, both 30 years old. We were excited about our lightweight tournament.
Make some
We
progress.
had a great matchup, number one with Mikey Burnett victorious, and now our great matchup here. Miletich was looking for the mount.
Good effort, gentlemen.
He basically had his heels hooked on the inside of Saunders' hips. He exploded forward, able to come out. And when he came up on top now, he's got a full mount. Full mount on Saunders.
He had the half at first.
Good effort, gentlemen. Stay busy.
And now Miletich in a different position.
Outstanding effort,
Under
gentlemen.
3 minutes remaining in our regulation time limit of 12 minutes.
Let's go, let's go. Stay active, Pat. You earned it. Stay active.
I'm sure this is a very uncomfortable position for Saunders. He's on his back. He's still a current wrestler. This is the last place you want to be. But this is a fighting game now. Key lock. And Saunders muscles his way out of it.
Wow. What great strength once again demonstrated by Townsend Saunders.
Miletich had a great chance there at a key lock, and he was unable to get it.
Stay busy now, gentlemen. Working hard, outstanding
Saunders
job.
trying to work that right forearm into the neck. Now the left forearm into the neck area of Pat Miletich.
Watch the thumbs, don't use them.
Oh, a
Stay
delivered
busy,
blow.
good effort.
Those short rabbit punches. They're like bringing down a big tree, though. You got to throw a lot of them.
Stay busy. Make some progress.
That left hand got in clean. That left hand got in clean.
Saunders more effective here, working in Miletich's guard. And now it moves right to the fencing of the octagon.
Saunders wants this because now he's got the fence to use leverage up against. Miletich just can't slide away anymore. Saunders went for that leg lock last time, and it was Miletich used the advantage as Saunders leaned back to go ahead and to attack the ankle.
Good effort,
He sat right up, able
to
go ahead and change, reverse Saunders and get on top, eventually getting to a full mount. See if Saunders continues to take risk and perhaps give Miletich another chance.
Just over a minute left. And then we would have a 3-minute overtime.
Saunders now is becoming much more in favor of going after strikes now, more of a ground and pound attack.
Now Saunders tried to deliver a left and got caught on the fencing. He's got to stay compact with his strikes.
And Miletich there is trying to use his legs to elevate her. In other words, lift Saunders' hips up, scoot to the side, and then try to either one escape or two, bring him all the way around and reverse him.
Could we have ever imagined our lightweight tournament would have 2 matches for the first time ever so spectacular and so evenly contested?
Stay busy.
Well, that was a big punch by Saunders and missed.
You see the clock in the left-hand corner of your screen.
Good job.
Miletich doing a great job with the guard.
Both fighters, good job.
Tremendous job of defense.
The 12 minutes of regulation time has come to an end.
Go to your corner. Let's go. Go to your corner. Let's go. Let's go.
Townsend Saunders, the Olympic silver medalist.
They get 1 minute.
Trains with Kevin Jackson.
Stay where you're at. Get yourself ready.
Saunders on top in Miletich's guard. He's going to go ahead. He's going to go ahead and try to attack this near leg of Miletich. And what he does now as we roll the film is he's going to sit back to go ahead and try to attack it. And actually, Miletich did a nice job of hooking Saunders' ankle. And right here, you're going to go ahead and see Miletich on top. Saunders has him in a half a guard. He's then going to snake this leg through right here and bring it out. Go ahead and go to the full mount. Once he does that, he is in what Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu artists call the most dominant position. And right there you see him move the leg and achieve full mount.
We are ready to start the 3-minute overtime. Saunders and Miletich. Oh! A kick to the left leg.
Close fight. This overtime will probably determine the winner.
It will be rendered by a judge's decision.
Good job, gentlemen.
If there is not a final decision made here in the next 2.5 minutes. Two men, combatants, making their UFC debuts.
As Saunders doesn't want to lay out like a wrestler to defend that, he leaves his chest open to those knees. Miletich using his size now to drive Saunders into the fence.
Now they talk about this being the ultimate test of skill and will, style and dial. And what will by both of these competitors.
Miletich hanging on to the fence now, trying not to let Saunders out.
We know conditioning a factor at this point matchup.
Saunders trying an inside trip, a wrestling technique to knock Miletich down. Too much distance, he couldn't get the leg hooked for the trip.
Stay busy, gentlemen. Good effort, supreme effort.
Townsend Saunders, quite inexperienced at the mixed martial arts game against a very experienced Pat Miletich.
Stay busy.
And his strength has truly been a factor.
And this is where Miletich's experience will show itself, is late in the fight when both fighters are fatigued and the fight's on the line.
Let's make some progress now. Let's make some progress.
Under 1.5 minutes remaining in the 3-minute overtime.
In fact, Miletich looking up and talking to Vitor Belfort about what to do. As Saunders pinned up, but he's not really able to improve his position, nor does he seem to really want to try for
Stay
it.
busy now.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guys wherever they train stay together. 1 minute remaining in overtime.
Miletich trying to lift up Saunders by his trunks and nearly did it, but unable to hang on.
Don't use the fence to rest. Don't use the fence to rest, Pat.
Miletich trying to use the fence with his fingers, and Hamilton says you can't do it. Can't use the fence to rest. The amazing thing, looking ahead after the judge's decision, one of these two guys is going to have to fight again.
Saunders is throwing himself. See if Saunders can get some offense in here.
Let's go. Less than a minute.
20 seconds remains.
Let's go. Take it to the streets now. Let's go now.
Saunders delivering some blows. Saunders attacking Miletich. With the left now. 5 seconds remains.
This has been a very close fight. This is going to be very difficult to decide who the winner is. It's going to be interesting to see the judges' reaction to it. Saunders with the takedowns. Both each had a reversal, so that neutralizes each other out. It'll be interesting to see how the judges rate the striking and aggressiveness.
Remember our criteria. Aggressiveness, striking, and grappling. Our judges, Michael Di Pasquale,
We're going to have a judge's
Tony
decision from
Molyneux,
3 judges.
and
I'll
Jeff
call you to the middle,
Mullen
you'll raise a hand, okay?
for
Go ahead,
this
rest in your corner.
lightweight
Dr. Good.
matchup
Good
number
job,
2
Townsend.
for an opportunity to advance to the finals of the lightweight tournament against the alternate Chris Brennan.
In overtime now, they have an opportunity here near the end of the fight. Miletich chooses to kick. Saunders takes the leg, gets him down on the ground, and then unloads a flurry towards his head. This is good for Townsend Saunders. That's the last thing the judges see before the end of the fight. Question is, how will the judges interpret the rules, and how will the judges interpret the action that they saw? Very good fight by both athletes. Certainly Saunders, with less experience, did well against the more experienced Miletich.
Aggressiveness, striking, and grappling. The judges have rendered a decision. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the judges' cards. The judges have rendered the decision as follows. Judge Jeff Mullen has it, Miletich. Judge Michael Di Pasquale has it, Townsend Saunders. And Judge Tony Molyneux has it for the winner, Pat Miletich.
So the judges render a split decision.